Good morning, students. Last class we finished up to problem number 30. From 31 onwards we will continue the class. A solid cylinder of mass 50 kg and radius 0.5 meter is free to rotate about a horizontal axis. A massless string is wound round the cylinder with one end attached to it and another hanging freely. Tension in the string required to produce an angular acceleration of 2 revolution per second square is. So see 31 question what they are asking. There is a solid cylinder like this. There is a solid cylinder in this format. Okay. It is free to rotate about this axis. Okay. It can rotate about that axis. What are the given quantities? Mass of the cylinder is 50 kg. Radius of the cylinder, they gave it as 0.5 meter. It can be able to rotate freely about the horizontal axis. What is on this? Is wire is one string is wrapped like this. Here we pulled the string so that it is rotating with angular acceleration of 2 revolution per second square. Actually this is in revolution per second square. We had to convert this into radian per second square. So 2 into 1 revolution will cause 2 pi radians. So this value 4 pi radian per second square. How much tension or force is required? That is the question. From tau is equal to I alpha. F into R is equal to mr square by 2 into alpha. R will cancel. F is equal to m r alpha by 2. Already m value is 50. R value is 0.5. This is 4 pi by 2. Okay. So 2 times will cancel. 0.5 into 2 will be 1. So this will be 50 pi. 50 into 3.14. If we multiply this 2, we will get this answer as 157 newtons. How much tension we had to apply so that it can rotate with angular acceleration of 2 revolution per second square means 4 pi radian per second square. So 31 it will be fourth option. Clear? Next. 32. What they are asking, see. The ratio of the accelerations for a solid sphere rolling down an inclined plane of angle theta without slipping and slipping down the inclined plane without rolling is. So, there is an inclined plane like this. Inclined plane angle of inclination will be theta. Here there is a sphere. First of all, it is rolling down without slipping. Means by making rotations, if this is the thing, it is coming down like this. Then it is having some acceleration. By rolling down, it is coming down. That's sphere. Later, without slipping means just it is coming down like this, sliding. What are the accelerations ratio in that two cases? So rolling without slipping means formula A rolling without slipping means G sin theta by 1 plus K square by R square. In the first case, it is coming down like this, rolling and coming down. Second case, sliding. Second case, only slipping down. So, A slipping will be equal to G sin theta. Ratio of these two is what? Okay. So, A rolling divided by A slipping. So, this value G sin theta by 1 plus K square by R square by G sin theta. G sin theta will cancel. So, this is 1 by 1 plus K square by R square. For sphere, K square by R square, this will be solid sphere. For solid sphere, K square by R square is equal to 2 by 5. So, this value 1 by 1 plus 2 by 5. This value 7 by 5. 5 will comes to the numerator. So, this value 5 by 7. So, option for the 32nd question will be first option. Rolling down without slipping and slipping, what are the ratio of accelerations? Just simple question only. Next, 33 you see. A mass M moves in a circle on a smooth horizontal plane with a velocity v at a radius r0. The mass is attached to the string which passes through a smooth hole in the plane as shown. The tension in the string is increased gradually and finally M moves in a circle of radius r0 by 2. The final kinetic energy will be. So, this is a table surface like this. This is a table surface. Here one string, one mass M. It is rotating in the circular path. That circular path radius will be r0. This string another end is connected to a means it will be like this. Some mass is connected to this. The tension in this string is increased by decreasing this radius. So that radius becomes r0 by 2. Initially radius is r0. Initially it is rotating with angular velocity, with velocity v0. Here we decreased this radius so that tension in this string is increased. Means we decreased this mass brought to here. So that r becomes r0 by 2. Then what will be its kinetic energy? That is the question. Here law of conservation of problem number, this is 33. From law of conservation of angular momentum, mvr will remains as the constant. So mv1 r1 is equal to mv2 r2. Mass is same only. This mass is not changing. Radius decreased. What will happen to the velocity? We had to calculate. Initial velocity will be v0 Initial radius will be r naught. Now velocity, what happened we don't know. Radius they gave it as r naught by 2. Therefore, v2 is equal to 2v naught. That is the velocity. Then find the kinetic energy. Ke is equal to final Ke is equal to half m v2 square. Velocity becomes v2. So half m into 2v naught whole square. So this value will be 2mv naught whole square. Okay. 33, it will be second option. Clear? So that is about 33. 34. See what is that? 34. A rod of weight W is supported by two parallel knife edges A and B and is in equilibrium in a horizontal position. The knives are at a distance D from each other. The center of mass of the rod is at a distance X from capital A. The normal reaction on A is. So here there is a rod. That rod is supported by two knife edges. This is one knife edge. This is another knife edge. They are supported by, it is supported by two knife edges. They are located at the points A and B. Okay. On the rod, how many forces are acting means its weight mg is acting at the midpoint. This normal reaction will act in the upward direction. This normal reaction will act in the upward direction. And one more point they gave, the center of mass of the rod is at a distance x from A. For example, center of mass is at this distance. So this distance value will be d minus x, because total distance between A and B they mentioned it as d. Okay, from law of laws of parallel forces. Upward force is equal to downward force. These two are upward forces. This is downward force. NA plus NB is equal to W. This is first law of parallel forces. Second law of parallel forces, what it is saying is, about the center of mass, moment of masses or moment of forces will be equal. So here this will be NA, this distance will be X. Here this is NB, this distance will be D minus X. Okay, NA into X is equal to NB into D minus X. Find NA value, that is the question. So here from this NB value we will write and we will substitute here and we will calculate NA value. So NA into X is equal to NB value W minus NA into D minus X. So NaX is equal to W into D minus X minus Na into D minus X. Bring this Na to this side. Na into X plus D minus X is equal to W into d minus x, x will cancel here. Then Na value will be W into d minus x by d. So, here what will be the answer for this one? 34, it will be third option. Clear? Next, 35. What they are asking, see. Here two spheres are there, their masses are, there is a sphere of mass m, radius r. Here another sphere of radius mass 5m, radius 2r. Okay, what is the question? Two spheres, spherical bodies of masses m and 5m and radius r and 2r released in free space with initial separation between the centers is equal to 12r. So from here to here, this distance value will be 12r. Clear? Now, if they attract each other due to gravitational force only, means because of internal forces only they are colliding, distance of the covered by the smaller body before collision, they will collide at center of mass. They will collide at center of mass. Distance of center of mass from first body is equal to m2d by m1 plus m2. This is the formula. Mass of the second body will be 5m. Though the distance between them is 12r, when they are collided, this radius value they won't cover. So 12r, between these edges if you take, how much distance will be there means 9r only. This is an r, this will be 9r, this will be 2r, totally it will be 12r. So this distance value will be 9r by m plus 5m. So 5m into 9r by 6m. So 45r by 6. So 7 point r. So where they will collide, that distance from position of first sphere means 7.5 r. So option for this will be 35. It will be second option. Clear? Next, 36. What they are asking, see. Three identical spherical shells, each of mass m and radius r, are placed as shown in the figure. Consider an axis xx dash which is touching the two shells, passing through the diameter of the third shell. Moment of inertia of the system consisting of the three spherical shells about xx dash axis is. So what is the question? See, here one spherical shell. Spherical shell means hollow sphere. Here another spherical shell. Here another spherical shell. Three spherical shells are joined like this. About this axis, what is the moment of inertia of the system? I will take this is first, this is second, this is third. Net moment of inertia will be I1 plus I2 plus I3. Moment of inertia of this spherical shell about this axis, that will be about a tangent. This value will be 5 by 3 mr square. For this also, this will be tangent 5 by 3 mr square. For this along the diameter, for this it will be diameter. For this too, this will be tangents. Formula for this will be 2 by 3 mr square. So this value 12 by 3 mr square. This value will be 4 mr square. So formula for this will be 4 mr square 36. It will be third option. Next, 37. What they are asking, see, an automobile moves on a road with a speed of 54 kmph. The radius of the wheel is 0.45 meter and the moment of inertia of the wheel about its axis of rotation is 3 kg meter square. If the vehicle is brought to rest in 15 seconds, the magnitude of average torque transmitted by its brakes to wheel will be how much? An automobile is moving on the road with a velocity of 54 kmph. So convert this kmph into meter per second. 54 into 5 by 18. 18 threes will cancel, 3 5s are 15. So 15 meter per second. The radius of that wheel will be 0.45 meter. Automobile is moving on the road. Its velocity is 15 meter per second. That wheel radius will be 0.45 meter. Its moment of inertia will be 3 kg meter square. Okay. The wheel is brought to rest. Final angular velocity will be 0 in a time of 15 seconds. Then find the torque required to stop that vehicle. First you find the angular acceleration. Alpha is equal to omega 2 minus omega 1 by t. Omega 2 0 because it is stopped. Omega 1 value will be V by R. Omega is equal to V by R by t. So alpha is equal to V value will be 15. R value will be 0.5, time value will be 15. V value 15, R value, so it becomes minus 1 by 0.45 radian per second square. Then find the torque from tau is equal to I alpha. This is 3 into minus 1 by 0.45. So minus 1 by 0.15. Tau is equal to minus 100 by 15. minus 6.66 Newton meter. Magnitude of the torque, if you take modulus of tau, that will be 6.66 Newton meter. So option for that will be second. 37, it will be second option. Next, 38. What they are asking, see, point masses m1 and m2 are placed at the opposite ends of a rigid rod of length L and negligible mass. The rod is to be set rotating about an axis perpendicular to it. The position of the point P on this rod through which the axis should pass, so that work required to set the rotating rod with angular velocity omega naught is minimum. Okay. So here one massless rod is there, okay, of length L. Here two masses are fixed. At the ends of the massless rod, two masses are placed. It is set to rotate about an axis with angular velocity omega naught, so that work done to rotate that system will be minimum. Then what is this distance? What is this x value they are asking? What is this distance value? Okay. So here what to do, see, work done to rotate the rod W is equal to 1 by 2 I omega naught square. Here moment of inertia of the system 1 by 2 m1 x square. This distance value will be L minus x, because total distance will be L. So m2 into L minus x whole square into omega naught square. Okay. This is the moment of inertia value. Here they said this work done is minimum. When a function is minimum or maximum, its first derivative will be equal to 0. Since W is minimum, dw by dx is equal to 0. 1 by 2 constant, omega naught square constant. So d by dx of m1 x1 square plus m2 into L minus x square is equal to 0, because 1 by 2 omega naught square no need to consider, that is their constants. So differentiation m1 into x1 square, x not x1, m1 into 2x plus m2 into 2 into L minus x into minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. So then what will happen, see, so m1 into 2x is equal to m2 into 2 into L minus x minus 1, if you bring to that side it becomes plus. 2 will cancel. We had to find x value. m1x plus m2x is equal to m2L. Take x common. Is it understanding or right? One more step. m1x is equal to m2l minus m2x. That m2x you bring to the side, x into m1 plus m2 is equal to m2l. So this is m2l by m1 plus m2. Okay. So 38, it will be first option. Clear? Next, 39. What they are asking, see. Force value given, R value is given, then torque value is conserved. F value, F bar value is equal to alpha I cap plus 3j cap plus 6k cap. And the R value will be, R bar value will be 2I cap minus 6j cap minus 12k cap. Then they are saying, what is the value of alpha if angular momentum is conserved? First you find torque value. Tau bar is equal to R bar cross F bar. This will be Ijk. And R values 2 minus 6 minus 12. This is alpha 3, 6. So how much value, that is tau bar is equal to I cap minus 36. Minus of minus 36 means plus 36. Minus j cap 12. Minus of minus plus 12 alpha plus k cap 6 plus 6 alpha. Okay. So I cap into minus this two product, this two, this two, this two, this two, minus this two product. So here this is the tau value. Clear? When L is constant means tau is equal to 0. When L is equal to constant, tau value will be equal to 0 because tau is equal to dl by dt. L constant, constant's differentiation will be always equal to 0. So tau 0 means, therefore 12 plus 12 alpha is equal to 0, or 6 plus 6 alpha is equal to 0. 12 alpha is equal to minus 12. Alpha is equal to minus 1. Okay. Value of alpha will be equal to minus 1. So option for this one will be 39. It will be second option. Clear? Next 40 we will do. With that 40 little bit more time it will take. Okay, 40 we will stop with that 40. What they are asking, see, a disk is there. Its mass is m, radius is r. From that disk, a circular portion of diameter r. A circular portion of diameter r means radius will be r by 2, that is removed. And then what is the remaining portion? Disk is like this actually. When this portion is removed from it, that remaining portion's center of mass about this axis will be what? That is the question. So here what to do? For this I total is equal to I removed plus I remaining, that model. I total is equal to I removed plus I total. First removed portion mass we will calculate. That removed portion's center of mass about this axis, how much we will calculate. So mass of removed portion is equal to mass per unit area. Total disk mass is m, total disk radius is r, mass per unit area into area of the removed portion. Radius of the removed portion is how much? R by 2. So this value pi r square will cancel. It becomes m by 4. Then I removed how much? This circular disk moment of inertia about this axis. This is Ig plus mx square formula. Ig, if mass is m, radius is r, moment of inertia will be mr square by 2 for the disk. Here mass is m by 4, radius will be r by 2 whole square by 2. This is moment of inertia of this disk about this axis. About this axis we have to find. So mass value will be m by 4. This distance value will be x. That will be equal to r by 2 whole square. So 4 4s are 4 into 4 16 into 2 by 32. mr square by 32 plus mr square by 16. mr square by 16, if you take common, mr square by 16 into 1 by 2 plus 1, 3 mr square by 32. Moment of inertia of this portion with respect to this axis. Then we know the formula. You can substitute. You can find this is not I total, this is I remaining. I total is equal to I removed plus I remaining. Okay. Now just substitute that values, you will get I total, mass of the disk is m, radius is r. So formula will be mr square by 2. I removed three mr square by 32. Just now we calculated I remaining. So I remaining will be mr square by 2 minus 3 mr square by 32. mr square by 2, if you take common, 1 minus 3 by 16. So 16 minus 3 means 13. So 13 mr square by 32. So it will be second option. Okay, with this we will stop this lecture. Remaining problems we will finish in the next class. With that, this chapter will complete. Thank you.